Hello, welcome to Crafting with Lee. Today I'm going to make this Let's Be mermaid wreath. These are the supplies I'm going to use to make this wreath. I'm going to start by adding pipe cleaners to my wreath form. I'm using a 14-inch wire wreath form. I'm going to start by adding a pipe cleaner to each crossbar on the inside. And I'm twisting 3 times. I'm doing it pretty tight so it won't move. And then to do the outside, I'm going to pick any crossbar to start. And I'm just going to twist it 3 times like before. But instead of going to the next crossbar, I lay it down along the wire. And where it ends is where I add my next pipe cleaner. And I'm going to do this all the way around. Once you get to the last pipe cleaner, it should line up to where, see where it lays over to the first one you did. It's not always perfect. Sometimes they're a little off, not off by much. It doesn't make a big difference. I'm going to start by gathering my mesh. I'm using 21-inch Deco mesh. And I like to find a spot that is just before a crossbar, where the pipe cleaner is just before a crossbar, so that when I go around, I end pretty much where I began. And I'm just securing it to the frame with a zip tie. And I'll just trim away the excess on the back. To make my poofs, I just gather it in my hand. And I'm going to pull it to 12 inches. So I'm making 12-inch poofs. And once I get the mesh straightened, and I like to use a ruler to make sure I'm getting my poofs right. You can usually feel where you're at. But I like to always check just in case. All right, and I'm only going to twist my tie once because I'm going to do the crisscross method after I do the poof method. And I'll show you that in a moment. And I'm going to add ribbon. And I like to fluff my poofs as I go. Just makes it easier than having to go all the way back through. And I'm just moving my pipe cleaners out of the way and opening the middle ones. To start my middle layer, I'm going to use a pipe cleaner instead of a zip tie to secure it, and that'll be where I end my middle poofs. And I'm just going to do the same thing on the inside as I do on the outside. Just pull, make 12-inch poofs. Twist once. Now once I get to the last poof, I almost forgot to open it. Then I realized this was the last one, so I'm going to open my pipe cleaner to add. And now I'm going to start doing the crisscross. So I'm going to go from the inside and take it to a pipe cleaner on the outside, diagonally. And I probably do about 10-inch poofs for the middle. I don't make them as big as the outside ones. They don't really need to be. This just fills in all the spaces in the middle. And this is perfect if you have a lot of 21-inch mesh that you just don't know what to do with. All right, I'm going to zoom in and show you. I'm just opening my pipe cleaner. Adding my mesh, twisting once, and then I'll go to the outside. And I tried not to miss any pipe cleaners. Some of them were side by side, so you really don't want to put them side by side. So those I would skip. You can just go with what looks right. I'm adding my last poof, and I just feed the excess mesh to the back and secure it with a zip tie, and then I'm just going to go through and fluff. These are the ribbons I chose to use with this wreath. I'm going to cut them at 12 inches, so I'm going to use my ruler to wrap the ribbon around. There are 14 pipe cleaners, so I'll need 7 of each kind of ribbon because I'm going to alternate the two pink ribbons together and then the purple and the plaid together. This ribbon is from Dollar Tree and it likes to wrinkle easily, which is another reason why I like to use the ruler, because it keeps it nice and straight. And then once I get the 7, I'm going to cut the excess ribbon, find the center, like within the crease, and cut that, hold it tightly, turn it over and cut the other side, and I end up with 7 12-inch ribbons. I'm going to do that with all the ribbon, and then I'm going to dovetail the ends of all of it. And I'm just going to fold it in half, and I cut away from myself. I decided to add some purple mesh tubing. I probably cut them at 2.5 feet, maybe. I just took a piece of it and put it around and seen how big I wanted to make looks like a bow tie. And then I trimmed it and just kept measuring from that one strip. I didn't have quite enough to put the mesh tubing in each pipe cleaner, but I just left it blank where I'm going to add the sign. And now I'm just taking 2 of my pink ribbons and a piece of the mesh tubing. I'm going to pinch it together in the center. Then I'm going to open a pipe cleaner and add it. And I'm alternating the pink ribbon with the purple and plaid ribbon. I'm going to twist it 3 times since I'm done adding things. And then I'm going to use a glue stick to roll down the pipe cleaner. You don't have to do this. You can trim the pipe cleaners off. You can tuck them around to the back. I just think it looks cute. And I zoomed in here so you can see how I do it. If you decide to roll your pipe cleaners, you might want to pick a color that matches with your wreath. And now I'm just going to do my second set of ribbons. And I'm adding the mesh tubing to this as well. It's tricky with these crisscross wreaths. I'm trying to find the pipe cleaners. If you have trouble, you can flip it over and see everywhere you've placed the pipe cleaner and look through it and see if there's ribbon attached. All right, I'm going to add my last set of ribbons. And you can see the 3 sections where I didn't have any of the purple mesh tubing, but my sign covers it up. Once I'm done with wreaths, I usually go back and position the ribbons before I take pictures of them. So for this sign, I'm going to remove the string that came with it, and I'm just going to use the existing holes. And I'm adding a pipe cleaner in each hole. I should have stapled another one to the bottom, but I didn't do that to begin with, so I end up having to do it while it's on the wreath. I don't recommend doing that. So to attach it, I just feed the pipe cleaner to the back, and I wrap it around the wireframe. And I'll show you right here. And I didn't like the way it was popping up right there. So I am going to staple a pipe cleaner to the bottom. I just couldn't get it to sit right. And make sure you pull your ribbon out from behind your sign. You don't want it to get lost in there. Now here's a huge tip. If you're using a thin sign and big staples, make sure you put some kind of cushion there. I usually cut a piece off of a ribbon spool and put that there because this staple went through and I was just not thinking and didn't add any cushion. So now I'm having to fix it. Luckily, it wasn't horrible, but sometimes it can leave a big white spot. I've had to color spots in with markers before, so it's always better to add that. All right, that's it. That's how I made my Let's Be Mermaids wreath. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or you can contact me at craftingwithlee@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching, and if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.